Okay, my name is Richard Ackley. Okay, so how many of you people are taking online classes or taking online classes? Most of you guys, okay. Well, unlike you, I've been taking online classes now for the last 2 years. And then I realized that I really feel that online classes are harder than regular on-campus classes. So today I'm going to talk about why I feel that they're harder. Basically, it boils down to that there is less social interaction, there's more time involved, and there's less accountability on the professor's part on each student. So it requires more self-discipline. Okay? So what is the main drawback of online classes? It really is that less social interaction. It's not being able to ask a professor in the middle of a class, to further explain something. It's not being able to turn to your fellow students and say, hey, did you get that? Or can you explain this to me in a different way? You miss out on that completely. You have email, you have online discussion boards, but it simply doesn't replace that one-on-one interaction that you get in a classroom setting. The exercises that you guys do today, I don't have that. Us online students, we have to fend for ourselves, basically. We also, we don't have the ability to form study groups. So, I notice that some of you guys are, study group outside, or you guys have other groups. We really don't have that. So, that team learning environment is gone. We don't have any of that, at our disposal. Office hours are not available to most online students. We have to email the professor, call the professor, which still is not the same as actually meeting in person and being able to go over everything. Also, online students, they can't even do online or office hours because of the fact that they are away from the class or away from the university. Or they're just unable to go to the school because of their hectic schedule. That is why they're taking online courses. So office hours are just not an option for them. Which means that people really have to learn on their own. That's really what it boils down to. Which leads me to my second point. Learning on your own requires a higher degree of self-discipline. No professor holding you accountable saying, hey, look, there's going to be attendance, so you must come in. There's no pop quizzes in the classroom, which means that you really have to force yourself to learn. In an online environment, you can pretty much wait to the last minute to do everything. You can check in online and just say, oh, I logged in, and that's what the class requires. But basically, you're your own kids. You don't have someone there to direct you, to guide you, to really hold you accountable. That attendance, I know, is a burden for a lot of people, but when you look back at it, you're going, you know what? Since it's actually requiring me to be there, I am learning. With an online class, you don't have that. And a lot of people don't have that ability to say, I'm going to go online every day and do all these things. When with an on-campus class, you have that professor doing that for you. So it makes it a lot easier to take a class in an on-campus setting. You also have a variety of distractions. When we take online classes, we have Facebook, we have email, we have chat, we have online gaming, we have all these things that really make it difficult to focus on your online class. When you're in a classroom setting, the professor can, kind of walk around and see what you're doing and say, hey, look, I can focus on the class, We don't have, like I said, we're our own kids, so we have to do our own thing, which ultimately makes it difficult for us to succeed in an online class. Also, online classes really is still a class issue. According to Mr. Kepman from Ohio State, online classes will lead to a lower GPA because of the procrastination. And also, according to Mr. Brick from Radiologic Technology, he mentions that two-thirds of schools surveyed have online, two-thirds of schools surveyed said that online students spend much more discipline, or successful online students have a lot more discipline than campus students. In essence, they also require more time. I know everyone thinks that an online class is easier because you think you can spend less time. Well, that's not the case. The student has to read more materials, and this extra time makes it harder for them to balance their lives. So they're spending more time reading and trying to learn all this extra information when it is now interfering with the rest of their lives. And that was according to Chamberlain from Montgomery College. In summary, online classes are harder because of the extra time that is devoted to them. There is no social interaction, and there's more self-discipline that is required. It's harder than you may expect. And according to Mr. Cook from USA Today, there are now more than 4 million people taking online classes. Before you jump into that pool, ask yourself, do you really think are you taking this class to be easier, or is it just you're taking the class because it's